Running a city is not a small task, nor is it cheap. Have you ever wondered how the city budget is planned, how it works? Mark Honor, chairman of the city's finance committee, explained to Sacred Heart students more about the budgeting process. Miles City has an overall budget of about $12 million. Of the $12 million, this fiscal year, $3.9 million is attributed to the general fund. This money comes from tax revenues, licenses, fees, and etc. Another money source is the state of Montana. House Bill 124 shares state monies with the cities. This state money comes from the state taxes like bed tax on hotels and motels, gasoline, alcohol, and tobacco taxes. This year, Miles City is receiving $877,000. What about the rest of the $12 million? Where does that come from? The rest of the money comes from the independent sources called enterprise funds, like the Water and Sewer Department and the airport, which take care of themselves. The ambulance is an enterprise fund, but not yet able to pay for itself, but getting closer to being independent, says Mr. Honor. One thing the council does is make sure that public health and public safety are in mind. When the city department heads put together their list of needs, the mayor, finance committee, and other department heads try to come up with a reasonable, balanced budget. Honor says they have priorities.
Those are the two primary responsibilities of city government. That's to provide health and safety for its citizens. And that's how we determine where the bulk of our general fund money goes to each year, based upon those two priorities.
When deciding needs, for example, the library doesn't receive as much funding as the police do. During this year's budget planning, $4.7 million was requested by various departments and $3.7 million was granted. Again, the city estimates to bring in $3.9 million to the general fund, with the excess going to its cash reserve savings. What about paying for expensive improvements? This is a problem, and Honor says grants and private donations help. For example, $32,000 was raised to resurface the tennis courts, and other big donations paid for the Weeble Park wading pool. One item people have asked for is a replacement of the bathrooms at Riverside Park. Honor says that this is estimated to cost $250,000, and the money has not yet been collected. The Finance Committee is also recommending an increase in the water rate we pay. The additional money would go to pay for repairs to the water lines and replacing the Carbon Hill water tank. The increase under consideration would be 30% for the base amount used, which is 3,000 gallons, and an additional 15% for additional water used. This is a recommendation and is not yet approved.